Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is Amy from With Love by Amy, and today I am making a card that is inspired by Subway art, and this is part of the Instagram and YouTube hop for January 2023 that you can follow along with using the hashtag www.you have 2023. And so the idea behind this hop is that you're supposed to use supplies that you haven't used before or in a long time. In my case, some of these things are things I haven't used before at all. Like this stamp from Altenew, the Dainty Swiss Dots background. I think I've used a couple of the sentiments out of it since I bought it like 2 years ago. But I have not used the background at all. I know I was inspired to get this by Jennifer McGuire. She was like, oh, the background is great, and the sentiments are awesome too, which I agree. They are timeless sentiments, and I love the font. Since it's a new stamp here, I am going to condition it with my $100 bill eraser, which I really love that eraser. It's so soft. One of the things that I did here is I took a piece of paper and I put it inside the card because I'm doing it right on the card base, not a panel. And I washi taped it in place. Like I put a loop of washi tape on the inside so that it would stay put. And I'm using what ink is that? I'm not sure what that one is, but it's just a tan ink from Stampin' Up. Maybe I'll show it here in the end, maybe not. But I wish that I would have done a lighter ink, like maybe a gray, because I feel like that would have been better. This card itself was inspired by a video that I recently saw on the Simon Says Stamp channel. They did a Subway art type of card with die cuts, and I thought that I could pull a similar look off with some stamps that I have. Because I don't have a ton of word die cuts, and I always need birthday cards, so I figured I would give this a shot with some old birthday stamps that I have. And you'll see which ones I choose here in a minute. But it takes quite a few repetitions of the ink to get this stamped appropriately. And it's probably because it's new. Because ordinarily the Altenew stamps stamp nice and clear on their first try. But this one's just not having it. But so the hop is organized by Kelly's Crafts over on Instagram, and she also has a YouTube channel, so I will link all of the participants below that are doing YouTube, and you can hop on over to my Instagram if you want to check out our Instagram of all the people that are participating in this hop for using up supplies you haven't used. All right, so here's a change of venue. I ended up having to craft in the bathroom while my kid took a bath. So I am using the sketched birthday stamp set from Stampin' Up. It's old, and I'm also using the Celebrate stamp from Stampin' Up Send a Celebration. Those are both very old stamp sets that I have not used in quite a while. So I'm going to use Gina K Designs, I think it's Jet Black Amalgam ink, which I can tell right now that it needs to be re-inked. However, I went looking for a re-inker for it, and apparently they replaced that ink with a different ink color. So, I will have to get a different ink. It's a good thing I only have a tiny cube. So, all right, so what I'm going to do with these is I am going to, and keep in mind it's supposed to kind of look like Subway art, like graffiti type of thing. So, I don't know who's going to do graffiti of birthday cake, but you never know. So I'm using my Prismacolor Premier watercolor pencils. My kids got me these for my birthday 2 years ago, I think. And I honestly think I've only used them once. They're pretty cool. I like them. I didn't use watercolor paper here. This is, I don't even think it's Nina. I think it's, I don't know. It's a lighter paper. It's like 80-pound paper. So I'm just going to color with my colored pencils on these. And I wish that the audio would have been better on this video because my son was in the shower and he was singing like some Oklahoma song, which he must have learned in school, and he was like belting it out, but it didn't turn out very good because the shower was running too. So I thought it was hilarious, and it would have been great to put in here if it turned out, but it didn't, unfortunately. But he's so cute. He sings all the time. So I did speed up my coloring because I didn't want to have like a 25-minute video of me coloring. I figured I could talk a little bit over the coloring and just, kind of give you a play-by-play. I tried to do this rather quickly while he was in the bathtub, but let's be honest, I don't color that quickly. The Prismacolor watercolor pencils that I have, there's 12 in the package, and I don't honestly know if they have a bigger package of them or not, but these are pretty good colors. And I do have other watercolor pencils. They came from Stampin' Up! A long time ago. I don't even think Stampin' Up! Sells watercolor pencils anymore, or at least they didn't last time I checked. So Prismacolors are a good substitute for those if you don't have watercolor pencils. And I'm pretty sure that my kids got these at Walmart because that's usually where my husband takes them to buy birthday presents for me. So I'm just kind of going around the edges of this little birthday banner one. And I'm going to use a water brush. And what I decided to do was kind of like squeeze at the water pen when it's not on the paper, because I didn't want the paper to like bubble up and stuff. So I didn't squeeze any water out of the pen while I was coloring. I did it like while I was not coloring. So that's what I'm doing when I'm taking the pen away. I'm like squeezing some water out and cleaning it up and stuff and wiping it on a piece of paper so that it doesn't bleed the colors and stuff. And it actually did a really good job. It made it very watercolory looking and not so colored pencil-y looking, if that makes sense. And yes, obviously those are technical terms, watercolory and colored pencil-y. But yeah, I'm just coloring the stripes on the little party hat, and then I do make sure that I wipe off the brush between every color because I don't want to transfer colors. And we're doing the birthday cake now. Because there's only 12 colors in this in the pack of watercolor pencils, I didn't have a ton of variety, so I had to do what I could. Ideally, I would have made the birthday cake look different than this, but it's pretty cool looking. Yeah. And I chose not to because the plate, I just chose not to color the plate. And I am going to, after I'm done coloring all these and wetting them all down, I'm going to let them dry for a while, but then I am going to cut them out with scissors because I do have a punch. Watch, here we go. I'm going to punch that out with my punch because it's about the same size and the same shape. So there we go, close enough. And I'm fussy cutting out all the things, and I'm just kind of following the shape of that celebrate word and kind of just going around it to make a little visual interest and stuff. In hindsight, I probably would have chosen a different color for the background of this card, and different colors in general, because I don't know, the background is too bold in my opinion to be Subway art, but whatever, it's a card. And I'm just fussy cutting out the little banner ends, and then here I am rearranging all the pieces to see how I want them and see how they fit best, because I want it to look balanced. So I'm just going to play around for a little while and rearrange everything and see if I even want all the things on here, because that is a lot of stuff. And I guess the video from Simon Says Stamp, she did a lot of different words and she put some in different directions and stuff, and I don't know, I can't bring myself to do that, so I just didn't do that. I did not put any words vertical. I just put them horizontally on the card. But there we go, and I'm gluing them all down, and I'm using my Make Art station with the magnets to hold them in place. And there we go, it's done. And I am going to take a Wink of Stella pen and put some sparkle on it, but you can't really see it in the picture. There's my finished card. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and here's some more videos that you may enjoy. Come back soon. See you later. Have a great day. Thank you so much.